Welcome in, everyone, and thank you for joining me for more Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. We have made it to, I believe, chapter 6, if I'm not mistaken. Sherlock Holmes is still hanging around the greater New Orleans metropolitan area. We have gone out rafting on the Bayou in search of a missing person who I think had his finger removed and maybe gnawed on a bit by a raccoon. It's very complicated. I'm sure the game will recap all of that for us once we jump in. But yeah, this one should be fun. We've been investigating a mysterious cult of Cthulhu worshippers who seem to be kidnapping folks around London and maybe now across the Atlantic. Yeah, our investigation continues as Holmes looks like he hasn't slept in several weeks and is slowly feeling his sanity just deteriorate, which I guess is the whole Cthulhu thing, right? That's like Cthulhu's one move, is making you question your own sanity, and that's exactly what's happening here. So good job, Cthulhu. Thumbs up to Cthulhu. Welcome in. It's me, your old pal Jess. Glad you could be here for more Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Hope everybody's doing well now. Good to see you, Ricky, 6'7", everyone else out there watching in the chat or later on YouTube. I appreciate you being here, and I think I'm ready to just jump into the game and see what I remember. It's been almost a week since I streamed this last. I've been running a little bit behind on it, so we'll see if I remember anything that was going on in our investigation.
This hut has been abandoned for a long time. It reeks of damp. We're more likely to sink in there than on our boat. Let's go.
Let's go. So we are in this very dark scene, just paddling around out here in the bayou. Oops. I think I just fell in the water and died. Okay, now we're back on our boat. So I think we do have some clues here that might help us. Follow death messengers, then pass through fire without fear. After the bleeding willow, chase the crows. Avoid any crosses that appear. So death messengers, I believe, were white lilies, if I recall. And there's Mr. Arneston, who was attacked at his mansion and kidnapped. I hope we run to Larbo out here. All right, let's see. So we're looking for white lilies, I believe. Follow the death messengers. Actually, that's kind of in the way, huh? I like that there's a option just to skip this scene entirely. Ah, white lilies. More white lilies. I think we'll have to unpin that evidence. That's driving me nuts. A pirate walks into a bar and he has a ship's wheel attached to his belt buckle. The bartender says, what's that for? And the pirate says, it's driving me nuts. I'm sorry. This is why I don't tell jokes on stream. I don't know any good jokes. That wasn't a good joke, but I said it anyway, and I'm filled with regret immediately afterwards. Okay, now we're rolling. Where are these lilies taking us? What a great idea, just having a great big boating level. Okay. Just looking for lilies.
How are you faring, Watson? Are you tired?
Not yet, but I've more than had it with these damn mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. And when I say looking for lilies, I don't mean lily and prune, since we're talking Colonel's Bequest. Like I may have taken a wrong turn. Haven't seen a lily in a while. Is that a dead end? Swamped out. Swamped out, baby. Let's see. Let's get it, Watson. Come on, bud. Oh, that was a cross. I saw a cross. Cross is no good. It says no crosses. I didn't see the cross. Hey, Knicker Keys. Oh, white X. That kind of cross. That'll get you every time. Okay,
You're rowing
lilies.
like a professional, Watson. University of London Boat Club. Silver medalist, 1874.
Did I just make it back to the same place I was earlier? I know I did. No. No, it says. Big time no. Okay. Let's see, gang. We gotta do this. I'm loath to skip it, but there could come a point in the next 5 to 10 minutes where I do indeed skip it. Good to see you, Knicker Keys. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I wish this was like the Mists of Time swamp in Monkey Island. Now, that's a good puzzle. Escape from Monkey Island. Easily one of the top 4 Monkey Islands. I'll let you do the math on that and see what you think. Okay. Ah, lilies. Hey, Matawi, good to see you. Did I take the same wrong turn I took last time? I will get around to Tales of Monkey Island at some point. That's on the big list. I haven't finished Tales of Monkey Island before. I think I played the first 2 or 3 episodes and kind of wrapped it up there. So at some point, I do need to actually stream them all. Gotta stream them all. Oh, lilies, here we go. We're on it. We've done it, gang. We're making amazing progress. Okay, I don't see giant X's on this one. Maybe that's a good sign.
Shall we investigate the area?
Indubitably. Well, I just died. Yeah, so let's investigate. Wait, if I step off the porch, I just immediately die? It's kind of weird.
I'll watch the Bayou while you search the place.
Yeah, Watson, I'd love to. But it's just not working.
At least we don't have to worry about the boat. Champagne did right by us.
I don't know. It seems to want me to think this is... Oh, wait. In through the window? Nope, I just died. No, I just got back in my boat. Even dumber.
Any sign of arson? If not, let's push on.
Push on. I want to be done. I don't want to push on. The lilies are a little too few and far between. Okay, that is impassable. Can't be passed. Reverse, please, Watson. You know, I had this strange idea earlier today that maybe, now that we've entered the summer months, maybe I should officially declare this the summer of AGI, and I just try to bang out a whole bunch of AGI games. I would say I would play all the AGI games. I think there are, what, 14 or so individual AGI games, if you don't count different versions for different platforms and everything. So I was thinking maybe I'd just play a bunch of AGI games, but then I thought if I play them all, I think it means I would have to play Manhunter 1 and 2. Two games that honestly I've played maybe 5 minutes of each of them. And I have to be just totally honest. Those games do not click for me. Like the visuals, the vibes, the setting, everything about it is just an absolute turnoff for me. Like every time I think to myself, maybe it's time to finally play Manhunter, I load it up and I'm like, ugh, I want nothing to do with this. I do not want to play this game. So I think I'm still in that state of mind. So maybe it'll just be a summer where I play some AGI games, but not that very specific one. I don't know what it is. It kind of just gives me like an unease of sorts. I'm sure that they have their fans and that they're perfectly fine games, but they just, I don't know what it is. Like I see them and I'm just like, no, this isn't for me. But I will play Donald Duck's Playground. You can count on that. Felt like the game kind of corrected me there. Uh-oh. Come on, Watson. You gotta do better than this. So, can I dock at the long end? Like, what's going on here? What's the situation? Can I dock here? Is this the right place? What do I need to do? What have I already done wrong? And that looks like a mooring post, doesn't it? I mean, this is very clearly the destination, which is... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, Beans. This is how Sherlock Holmes dies. Oh, no. Wasted. Oh, no. No, not like this. Not like this. This would be an awful way to go. Just totally disappointing. Just dragging his head across the bottom of the bayou. Well, now it's lost the option on screen to skip this puzzle. You know what? Let's load a game. That feels like that's not going anywhere. Well, I'm so bad at this, I broke it. Not a good sign. Okay, what would happen if we just skip this? Wait, the skip doesn't really skip? Wait a second. Oh, is the skip just to skip the tutorial? You gotta be kidding me. It is. It's not actually skip. Oh no. Well, here we go. Where's the first lily? I'm almost certain that area we arrived at was where we needed to be. But whether I'll be able to get back to it or not is anyone's guess. That was a very good bug, though. I have to say, that's like one of the few things that ever creeps me out about like the idea of kayaking is something similar to that exact experience that Sherlock Holmes just had, which is boat turns over. I am stuck with my head under the water and am unable to get turned upright again. Like, that is the thing that creeps me out about the thought of kayaking. Which I guess being afraid of dying kayaking is a reasonable fear to have about kayaking. You're going to be afraid of something. It's like I'm afraid we'll have like a Three Stooges style paddle accident. Although honestly, the way I'm living life these days, that is a distinct possibility as well. Okay, we've done it. Well, those seem to be taking us this way. Let's... Oh, we can't save. We're back in no saving zone. I think we have to exit our boat to save. Well, let's make sure I can't dock down at this end, although it doesn't feel like I can. It really feels like this is the place I want to be. Oh wait, there's a little ramp up. If I park here, can I do it? No, it doesn't give me a prompt. Weird. Really feels like this is where the game wants me to go. Then again, there are a bunch of lilies over this way, which maybe suggests I want to lily on out of here. Uh-oh.
What was that, Holmes? Whatever, or whoever it was, we should ready ourselves.
Okay, time to ready ourselves. Pass through fire without fear. After the bleeding willow, avoid any crosses that appear. Sure, why not? Okay, lilies. Good sign, good sign. More lilies. Oh, there's fire. They said pass through the ring of fire. Music's growing more dramatic. Nope. That's next. Okay. Let's head down maybe the other side of it. Boy, what a finicky boat scene. Should give him a fan boat. I know it'd be anachronistic, but it'd also be really fun to watch him just cruising through the bayou on a fan boat.
Am I hearing drums? Drums in the bayou?
Drums in the bayou, a fire in the the sky. Drums in the bayou. Ba, 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 drums. Uh-oh. Wagon wheel. I wish we were still getting lilies or something.
Holmes, I think I heard something swim underneath our boat.
Probably just a rotten log.
You're a rotten log. I mean, this is very creepy. I'll give them that.
Did you hear that, Holmes? What do you see?
A shadow. Nothing more.
Twas the wind, nothing more. Okay, I got an autosave. Uh-oh, X's. That's a ner. I don't think this is back the way I came, is it? Could be. Kinda hard to say.
If you told me when I binned your paper that we'd end up fleeing the law in a rowboat through the Louisiana Bayou,
I dare say you would have hardly been surprised.
He's a real Bayou Billy. If I can go back the way I came. How's it going, Kevin? Welcome in. We're just doing some classic Bayou maze work. Boat maze. Hey, Roger. Welcome in. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Here just in time. We're floating around.
The air is getting thicker, almost suffocating.
the stench of death. All too familiar now.
Y'all could be. Hey, good to see you. Is this the best game ever? You know, I really like Frogware's Sherlock Holmes games. Of the two I've played 1.5. Chapter 1 and now this. And I really enjoyed both of them. Best game ever made.
Weeks of damp.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say that, but I would say I've never played a Sherlock Holmes game I enjoyed as much as these. So I think they are top tier when it comes to Sherlock
on
Holmes.
our boat. Let's go.
Really, this isn't the destination. That was just a red herring. Okay, fine.
Careful of the gators, Watson. It is stupidity rather than courage to refuse to recognize danger when it is close upon
you. Uh-oh. Oops.
It reeks of damp. We're more likely to...
Okay, so when it said don't boat into the gators, it really meant it, huh?
Careful of the gators, Watson. It is stupidity rather than courage to refuse to recognize danger when it is close upon you.
Classic Gator Chow moment. Okay. Lots of torches. finally arrived? Please tell me I finally arrived at wherever it is I'm going. Watson seems convinced. He's just trucking on ahead.
Hey, bro. Nice horse.
Nice horse to you too.
Hey, Daddy.
Thank you for the hey bro, nice horse. I appreciate it. I haven't gotten the notification of who it was yet, but I'm going to take a guess and say
Holmes, hand me the rifle. I can shoot the ropes holding a few of
maybe
those
it's
poor
Nick.
souls.
Watson, stay calm but be quick. An alligator has noticed us.
What are we doing? Hey, Nick. Wow, sharp shooting.
That's vicious.
That's nature, Watson. Let's try not to annoy them.
Let's see, so where do I want to go?
Any sign of Arneston? If not, let's push on.
I need to go into the water now that they've been fed? Surely not. No, that wasn't the solution to the puzzle. It's one of those don't get eaten by an alligator puzzles. Okay, there's our boat. We're back at the boat. Seeing more and more of those don't get eaten by alligator puzzles lately. The big puzzling games. Saw it in Frogger, saw it in Pitfall, and now it's in this game. That's 3. You know, Grayson, you're just joining us. And the answer to that question is yes, I have tried being eaten by an alligator, and it did not work. It was not the solution to this investigation. Is this really just a nothing area? This is like not where I need to be. Like it really feels with all the voodoo accoutrement, this is where I'm supposed to be. But I think if I walk off of here, it's just pure gator action. Maybe I keep on going. I mean, it feels like there's no more going to keep on. So this is like, it's kind of a dead end.
Any sign of Arneston? If not, let's push on.
Where are we gonna push on to? If I take another step out that way, I die from water exposure. I believe, yeah. Well, maybe this wasn't the right way. There's another little slip. This looks even less promising. Okay. Just keep on rowing. I swear I think at least one of these directions is just back the way we came. Oh, that looks bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Watson! What are you doing? Watson! Come on! Watson! Get back in the boat. You goofball. There are alligators out there. Yeah, Nick, this boat isn't rowing itself. Watson is doing it telekinetically. Got a real Jean Grey on her hands here. Regular Marvel girl. Yeah, look at that. It's getting the shadow. That's how you know this is a quality title. It's got all the good shadow work. Okay. Ooh, cages. Look at that ding-dang go-go party here.
That pier looks promising over there, Watson.
Oh,
We're
please.
approaching the heart of darkness.
The pier does look promising with all the human cages and whatnot. But Watson made it out. Okay. Oh, what a maze. How long are we in? 30 minutes? With no actual gameplay? It's good stuff. I guess that is technically gameplay. It's just gameplay that I wasn't into. Oh, it
This
says
place gives me the shivers.
we reached the island.
Muggy night.
We've done it. I'm glad it's still really super dark. More blood, untended wounds. Still alive? Same boot prints as from the
Ashmat
mansion.
dragged Arneston here.
I keep going into detective senses. Hopefully this is just a one-way. Oh, here's the circle of fire we heard about. Man, this looks like a voodoo Hamfor. Okay, what's the clue? Pass through fire without fear. Okay, here we go.
The smell of burning flesh, just horrific.
Keep away from it. Focus on our task.
A
So
fiery
we may soon
gathering
leave all
of
this
passions
behind.
and deception.
Yeah, I bet someone turned into a leopard here. I've seen this kind of thing before. Tetanus. Bloody handprint. 4 blood
The hand
drips.
tied here was bleeding in 4 places. This had to have been Arneston.
Yeah, he's a classic 4-place bleeder. If you know one thing about Arneston, it's that he bleeds in 4 distinct places. Okay, it says, pass through the fire without fear. After the bleeding willow. Oh, what have we here? Scratches from friction.
The tracks lead behind the stone slab.
Quick question. Are all scratches from friction? It feels like all scratches may be from friction.
Only this indentation was spared from blood.
Uh-oh. We got a classic. Solve them up.
This is not Arneston, just another unfortunate soul.
You poor unfortunate soul. Okay. So there are hot spots here. I haven't completed. Okay, now it's time digging deep.
Both ends of the rope were cut cleanly. That's a lot of blood, but probably not enough to be fatal. The captive was dragged through hell.
Classic hell dragging, eh?
The bloody handprint on this stone lacks 4 fingers.
So whoever this happened to was flipping someone off at the time, eh?
The victim's left hand clawed at the soil. Sunken heels, the result of dragging a heavy body.
Okay, let's see here. What's my next option? Okay, so we have 2 more places to take it. What's happening over here? Okay. Now we just need to find 2 other clue sites. And this is surely one of them, this altar.
Blood was poured over someone, leaving a gruesome silhouette.
Gruesome Silhouette is a great band name. Okay.
Bowls filled with blood.
Classic blood bowls. Got a real blood bowls situation on our hands here. I should leave detective mode.
A worn blade, but clean and without blood.
Being fed blood. I'm gonna say they're feeding people blood. Protected low. Man, it's a good thing I learned everything I need to know about the video game version of Voodoo from Gabriel Knight. Now, this isn't Voodoo. This is Cthulhu Worship. But it feels very similar in this specific context.
The initials EA are embroidered with silk thread.
Well, that seems like a clue.
The prisoner's clothes tossed aside.
Alright, so wherever this guy is, he's naked. We've got the clues coming together now.
The blood is dry. The axe has not been used for some time. A simple rope.
Just a simple rope.
The wood is swamp cypress, endemic to the area. This is how those poor people were crucified.
They're being crucified
Days old and
in the
rotten.
cool X way, too. Like Wolverine was on that one issue of X-Men.
Damp and moldy hay. The prisoners were kept like animals, slowly deteriorating under the gruesome treatment. A heavy weight scored impressions in the ground 1 inch deep.
here we go. Okay. Next. What are the differences I'm seeing here? Oh, maybe this. All right, let's validate. I bet I got all these right on the first try. What? Okay, let's go back to our number one. Is that this guy? Or this guy? That's our number two. That is correct. So we're validating all of our choices here. We got this one wrong. Let's see. I wonder what the differences I'm supposed to be noticing here are in each of these. That's just it's mannequins being pushed over. Different mannequins. A specific person, and the indentations there. Okay. So now we just have to get the thing right over here, maybe. Is this our last one? We nearly solved this case, gang.
Arneston was held captive in this cage until his abductors tied him to a cross and dragged him to the bonfire. Arneston was left hanging here for a while before being freed and led to the altar.
We haven't been to a bonfire in too long.
At the altar, Arneston's captors performed a ritual on him and poured blood over his head. With Arneston now prepared, he was escorted to the sealed entrance. They used the mechanism with an indentation to open the passage.
Okay. Perfect. We've done it. So let's see. Now we can pin evidence. Maybe we're wearing the wrong outfit. There, let's see if this helps. This is the Holmes we've needed. Now the game's afoot, as I like to say.
Blood was poured over someone, leaving a gruesome silhouette.
This is a place behind a stone door with a mechanism, which is right here.
The tracks lead behind the stone slab.
Yeah, so clearly I need the mechanism.
The tracks lead behind the stone slab.
But where is it? All those hot spots have been looked at.
Thankfully, it's not Arneston.
It's just,
Thankfully, Arneston isn't among the dead.
it's just some other dead guy that we don't care about. Just a rando daddy. AKA none of my concern. Oh, no, gang. I don't think we have a mind map for this level, so usually that's what we would do. The indentation and intervals had an object inside. It must be covered in blood.
Blood was poured over someone, leaving a gruesome silhouette.
I guess it's not in there.
I should be glad
Watson.
we're out of the water, but I'm not.
It would be great if Watson was like a little mini hint system. That's what I need him to be right now. Taking it, this is the way back to the boat. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. Ruled out that possibility, which is part of the Holmesian method. If you're just joining us, we're lost in the Bayou. We're wearing a jaunty little sailor costume. Holmes has never looked better. TBH. And meanwhile, I'm getting ready to cheat. Wait. I just have the same old blood? Or am I tracking blood? Aha! I've solved your puzzle.
And covered in blood.
Aha! I used my magic detective powers. But this place is very, very rock and roll. I like it. No, we're gonna do that thing where a video game character squeezes between two tiny little walls. Alright, I've done everything. There's nothing more to do.
Something is wrong with my lantern. Give me a minute.
I won't wait for you. I'm going in.
I won't wait for you. Sherlock is the best. Boy, a whole stream of just absolute darkness is so great for a visual medium like Twitch. I guess those are the you can't return the way you came drops.
Woe betide those who take it.
The Necronomicon?
Walk away. Let the unknown be.
Oh man. We did it.
That's human skin. And still warm. What's happening?
A cult book is what we just picked up. Oh no. Ah, beans. I made a huge mistake.
What? Not again.
A new hand touches the
Deja
beacon.
vu, and not in a pleasant way.
Hail, Owls. Good to see you. Alright, we're back in spooky Cthulhuville. where it's like weird platforming puzzles. At least it was last time. Ah. I don't know if I'm ready to go. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad we found another maze-like location. That's just what I needed. It's funny, this is the second time we've been in one of these, like, dreamscape areas where we encounter old pal, Cthulhu. And both times they really remind me of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Like, it feels like going into an Oblivion gate, kinda. The change in, you know, sort of the vibe of the area. Even just the aesthetic in general gives me strong Oblivion gate energy. Last time I played Oblivion, I think I played through Oblivion 2 or 3 times. It was a game my wife and I really enjoyed playing together back in the day. We just rolled a character who was all stealth, and every time we'd go into the Oblivion gates, we would just literally sneak to the top where you had to grab like the stone that, you know, shut down the Oblivion gate. We would grab it without engaging any of the monsters and then just hightail it out of the gate without fighting anyone. And boy, you can finish that game a lot more quickly if you don't do any of the Oblivion gates. If you simply skip through all of them with stealth and do it the coward's way. Plus, it's just kind of fun, like having to be chased by a giant horde of monsters as you exit the level. Okay, this is another one of those floaty rock scenarios, so we need to figure out a way to lock in these stones so we can climb to the top. That's the way I've already been. Oh, here we go. I think last time when I stood on that, it locked them. Okay. I should have guessed when they were translucent. Well, that's a new twist. Rookie mistake. Wonder if maybe I go back through the looking glass now. Is that the... Maybe I lock them in there and then go back through. Has something changed on this side? I should have never picked up the fabled Book of the Dead. That was my first mistake. I pray that's not my last. What's your favorite Sherlock depiction? You know, I actually haven't watched Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, which would be maybe a good answer from everything I've heard about it. I haven't watched whole lot of Sherlock Holmes adaptations, I'm going to give like the worst answer ever. And you know, feel free to mob me after I say this, but I really like like Data's depiction. No, sorry. No, I was actually going to say I like the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes adaptations quite a bit. The Robert Downey Jr. Jude Law version. I thought they were a nice sort of modern version. Yeah, I enjoyed them. I thought they were good stuff. I don't know like where, I know nothing of the Holmes fan community. For all I know, those are just absolutely reviled by people. But I found them kind of charming, and I thought Robert Downey Jr. had an interesting angle on Holmes. Some of the like, I'm really good at boxing and analyzing my opponent's moves felt very video gamey and not a great way, but they were super fun. I agree. They were just like good fun movies. I've only read a little bit of Holmes. I like the idea of Holmes maybe more than I do the reality of Holmes. I mean, I like the version we get in these games. I think it's actually a pretty good take on it. I am so confused about what I need to do here. There's clearly somewhere that I'm not seeing. Or wait, maybe I need to go in detective vision mode to walk across that. You can laugh at me when I fall to my death here. Spooksville isn't going great so far, Green Bean. I am struggling pretty hard tonight with everything this game is throwing at me. This has been a rough chapter for the J-Man, which is something I've literally never called myself and immediately regretted doing. The falling's fun. Okay. Gosh darn it. Is this just a circle up here, right? These two connect. There aren't any Cthulhu pads for me to step on. At least none that I've seen so far. Sometimes in this area, walking off a ledge has been the solution. Just for the record, that did work at one point in the previous Spookyville section. So, it's not the most ridiculous thing I could do. How do I turn these things solid? I mean, is this part of it? Like, I'm not seeing any blood or anything I need to be tracking. I'm a little bit stumped here. Wish our pal and Shady was here. They seem to to have all the solutions in these tough situations. Boy, if only Sherlock Holmes could mantle over things. I wish we had our imaginary Watson, not the real one. That's a really great point. What if I still have the imaginary Watson sticker? Trying to remember if I cycled that one out. Let's see here. We're going to just cheat on this real quick. I'm at a loss. Let's see. Sherlock Holmes Awakened Guide for Idiots. Perfect. If only Google still had its AI results at the top, we probably could have solved this already, but I'll just have to click into chapter 6. Okay, through the stone alcove, point of return. Strange World first area. Large expanse has floating rocks in it. Find the white symbols on the floor and use the noise as their guide. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Gosh, there's so much more of this chapter. Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate your faith. Okay. So we're supposed to use the power of listening. But that may be on the other side. Let's break on through the other side. There it is. Try to hide. Break out through to the side. Okay, looks like we have a complete path now, doesn't it? Okay, now watch this drive. Okay, so we just have to remember how that went last time. Okay, so we have the solution to the puzzle now. I just need to pay better attention to how the path goes. Okay, so it goes up to the rock and then around it. Okay. Then straight on to human cage. The sticker isn't working. What's going on? Sorry, Grayson. I swear you're not sticker banned. Tell you what, Grayson, why don't you just give me your credit card number and I can run the sticker through for you. Just DM that to me. Oh no, don't do it, Grayson. No, stop. It was a joke. Wait a second. How did you get all fours? Did you have to pay extra for that? Is that like a American Express thing? What a dumb puzzle.
Whenever I'm stumped by a crime scene, I ask myself, is there anything I can walk around in its entirety before interacting with it? It usually helps.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Having Jim here who I think in a lot of ways is like a modern day Sherlock Holmes, definitely helps. Hey, Dark. I've been enjoying it. I'm in a little bit of a frustrating area right now, but up to this point, I've really been enjoying this game. I definitely recommend, especially if you played Chapter 1 and enjoyed it. Right now, we're having to do a classic, like, leap of faith, Indiana Jones from the Lionhead kind of scenario, and I'm not doing a good job finding the invisible path. Hey, Chapter Zelda. Well, we're certainly taking lots of leaps, that's for sure. Okay, so what way do I need to go with the hand? Okay. Okay, that's progress. You know, this game, I think, so far we haven't had any combat. So, I don't know if it's completely gone, but it's definitely... It's definitely not as prominent. I'm 6 chapters in and still haven't had any combat sequences. So I agree. Chapter 1's combat was a little clunky. Good to see you, Tetra Zelda. Okay, we're getting it. We're so much closer now. Okay. Maybe we'll go around that. This is exciting, right? I mean, this is why people come to Twitch, is to see this kind of gameplay. I was so close. Oh, just take a leap. At least Sherlock looks good. If you can't game good, you gotta at least look good. Okay, that wasn't it. So you can see he has janky combat. You can at least shoot things. The combat in Chapter 1 was really odd. Okay. Maybe I go out to the left a little bit at the end there. I'd love to know how many attempts this takes the average gamer. I feel like it's going to be like 1/6 of what it's taken me. The clue is, yeah, you're not supposed to trial and error this. The clue is you're supposed to look at this pathway and then mimic it. So, looks like it goes around the outside of the final cage. It's basically a mirror image of this path. So it takes a way out to the edge move there. There is a solution. Yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to brute force it, assuming that it couldn't take as many tries as it's taken. I do think it's a mirror image though, so I think if it went right, I'll have to go left. It's not that way. Alright. I'm going to do one more try, and then I'm going to go back and look at it again. I want you to loop around to the left of that cage. Maybe take a little bit of a wider loop. Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, 6-7. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
And now, axes? What on earth for?
Wow, this really is just Last Crusade, huh? Uh-oh. Oh, no. They're saying Ding Dang Cthulhu stuff. Well, now just see if this door opens on its own. Almost got it, though. That was so close. Sherlock just needs to use his slow down time powers. Oh, that's an amazing thing to yell as you get bisected.
Now it is glowing, but why?
Oh, I put some blood on the stone. I'm supposed to get Ding Dang killed, so I need to be killed in front of that one and the one that looks like it kind of says live, which was over here. Well, that's fine. Come and get me.
There's that glow again.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, now I need one that kind of looks like one of the Nazca drawings in Peru. Looking for a classic Nazca. There it is. Amazing.
I hope that was all. I can't take any more.
So good. So good. An old book from the Bayou Temple.
At last, the lantern's working again. Holmes, I'm coming.
I like this. Last time this happened, when Holmes went into his narcotic stupor, we just kind of found him like, yeah, just like this.
Holmes, what are you doing? Sitting in a place like this?
How did you get here? How did you get through the maze? Tell me, Watson.
What maze? I walked straight up to you. You saw me.
Do not lie to me, John. How did you get out?
Sherlock, what happened? Are you feeling all... Oh, heavens. Is that Arneston? Why didn't you mention him? Stay put. I must check if he is alive.
Okay. It's time to check a dead body. Maybe not dead, though, for the record.
The unknown. Beckoning. Great one. Lightning.
I should examine him before he has another seizure.
I haven't been to a Bayou Temple, but I've been to Marie Laveau's voodoo shop on Bourbon Street for tourists.
Please tell me there are no eels inside, Arneston.
You know, I really like this version of Watson. I think it's a good one. But Imaginary Friend Watson in the ice cream outfit is hard to top. I may be going to New Orleans next year. I'm not sure. I have a conference there.
Blunt
Just
trauma
not
to the cranium.
quite sure if I'll
dilated
attend.
Pupils, lips moving without a sound.
After I get back from this this very intense trip to Germany I have coming up, I may not want to travel again for several months.
Pulse is racing, 110 beats a minute.
Uh-oh.
Severed fingers, the wounds are inflamed.
I didn't think that's where his fingers would be. Armpit stink.
Cold sweat. 3 ribs fractured. Arneston is delirious after all he's endured. We can't get him to the boat in a state like that. It's dangerous to us and him.
We're gonna have to kill him ourselves, Watson.
Please tell me there are no wheels inside Arneston.
Nice
This is
ceramic.
Dwale, induces sleep and relaxation. Salvia divinorum, provokes visual hallucinations. A gluey decoction. The smell is herby but sharp. It appears burnt, judging by the color.
Okay. Writing on the wall.
Hard to tell what it says.
Probably just creepy Cthulhu stuff. You know how it is. Game is 15 US. I think it's definitely a $15 purchase. Like if you enjoyed chapter 1, to me it's an easy $15 purchase.
I just need a second to...
I hope you enjoy it. Like chapter 1, it has a few little fiddly parts, but overall, I think it's a very good game and worth checking out.
The nightmares these poor souls had to endure.
Manacles.
I wonder what this language is.
That's the way I came in. Yeah, I think it is. Or is it? What else do I need to learn in here?
I can't decipher that text.
You can try a little harder. Uh-oh.
Pokeweed berries, though they appear
Oh.
harmless, the whole plant is lethal.
Pokeweed berries. I used to pick pokeweed berries back home and make what I would call a pokeberry potion out of it, which would just be a mason jar full of very dark purple liquid that looked kind of like Welch's grape juice, only it definitely was poison. I don't know what I was ever going to do with pokeberry potion, but I'd like to make it and then just kind of put it on the shelf in our basement in case I ever needed some poison. Yeah, I'm with you, Dark. I think that
Some kind of amanita mushroom.
the
Extremely poisonous.
jankiness of these games is a big part of their charm.
Pharmacopoeia, listing drugs, effects, and directions for use.
How to treat without killing.
Odorless, watery, and hard to identify.
Okay. Well, I've got all kinds of, let's see here. We have things to identify. So So we go to the archives for that. Let's see. Odorous, gluey brown, herbaceous. Odorous, gluey brown, herbaceous. Gluey brown. Gluey sounds like jelly. No information, evidence. Let's try this one instead. Odorless, watery, transparent yellow. Snake venom. We've done it. Did I ever get rid of those? It's not important what happened to the poison jars. No, eventually just poured them out. You know, it's just the thing kids do. Just, you know, make some poison jars. I did lots of things that were largely for my own amusement. Like, I used to tap all of my G.I. Joe file cards into the basic editor that came with my version of DOS, and just like write out all of that, and then because I didn't know how to save a basic file, just turn off my computer when I was done. You know, sometimes you make poison, sometimes you obsessively catalog your G.I. Joe figures. It's just kid stuff. Ayahuasca. Oh, man. This is some fun shaman stuff. All right. Well, now we've got some clues. Maybe he ate an alligator. Ayahuasca. Okay, we've done it. We figured it out. A sedative to calm Arneston can be made. Wall and snake venom. Okay, and then the Dwal was somewhere back over here.
This should help soothe Arneston.
Actually, had to mix it or just walk over. Yeah. All right.
I need some fresh air.
Yes, please go. I'll be right behind you with Arneston. Perhaps you can prepare the boat.
Yeah, perhaps. I wouldn't count on it. I have a feeling we're going to get Indiana Jones here, and our enemies are going to be waiting for us when we get outside.
Make festering soul and let me feel.
I mean, I don't know if I want free his festering soul.
I know, see the truth. Tear me mind from me flesh, score me festering soul. Phantoms of nothing, we are born to die. Filth in the eyes of our eldritch lord.
Free my festering soul and let me feel.
Oh, please, I wish to return. Free me, let me return. Free me and rejoice.
I think it was Spider-Man kiss.
Eyes without purpose, I now see the truth. Tear my mind from my flesh.
Holmes, are you all right? Here, let me help.
I'm fine.
Holmes?
I recently picked up the Call of
Sherlock!
Cthulhu game. I'd like to play
What
that
were
at some
you
point.
doing? He almost killed you.
I don't... You're right. Let's go, Watson.
I haven't played Sinking City yet. I should. I've heard good things. Is that the end of the chapter? I feel like we still have the crooked sheriff we need to deal with. Maybe that's the end of the chapter, though.
Bon Dieu. Still
It's
among the
champagne.
living.
We are.
Now
though
her
not for lack of
blouse is
trying
fully
by the sheriff.
rendered.
Well, he'd been telling people you died in the swamp despite his trying to save you. Crooked man. Through and through. Wait, is that Mr. Arneston?
Yes, but he's not well. Do you know Lucy?
Belle from the nymph? That I do.
Please bring her here. Mr. Arneston needs to see a familiar face if he's to have any chance of surviving.
But Sherlock looks
Power of the
rough.
heart. I get you. Wait here. Errol? Oh, Errol! Reckon we should give him space. Farewells are painful.
No, tell me that's not true.
Watson?
Mr. Arneson has endured a lot. Lost 4 fingers, a lot of blood, and some of his sanity. But with rest and tender care, he ought to survive those injuries, both physical and mental.
Thank you, Johnny. I'll take care of him. Thank you for bringing him home to me. We'll be all right.
Are you quite certain? Do you have the space? The resources?
I will stay with him at the mansion. It is not a burden to take care of your love.
His property is in quite a state. It may not be the best place for
Yeah,
recuperation.
there is a big
Hush
murder
now.
scene there at the moment.
Champagne will see it sorted.
Thanks,
Yeah,
champagne.
settled. Hear that, Errol? Us living under one roof. Careful what you wish for. Oh, and champagne? I'm about sick of watching that sheriff run riot through New Orleans. We ought to talk.
Funny, I was just thinking that grub did nothing to save your man. Together, I reckon you, me, and Errol have the sway to make some changes round here.
I like the sound of that.
Holmes, our boat.
Oh, we must make haste.
Well, I guess we finished New
Farewell.
Orleans.
Take care.
We did it, gang. Chapter complete. Where to now? Chapter 7. The Book from Beyond. All crime in New Orleans solved. Won't be having any trouble there anymore.
Who's there?
Who do you think?
Let it be known that I'm handy with this revolver.
Yeah.
Nonsense, Dr. Watson. As I understand it, when faced with the imperative to defend oneself, one's comrades, and one's nation, you fled.
I...
Aren't you going to introduce us, Sherlock?
Watson, meet my brother Mycroft, the Queen's best boy. Oh, this is a grim augury indeed, for wherever Mycroft travels, tedium surely follows.
In contrast, of course, to Sherlock, a man whose obsessive pursuit of the trivial tears through the most carefully laid plans like a hurricane. Do you have any idea what you have disrupted?
Your ego is inflated as much as your waistband. What word comes to mind?
You work for the government?
International trade is a delicate beast. Your antics and Edelweiss have jeopardized one of the Crown's richest relationships.
Oh dear. As rich as all the butter you've been slathering on your bread?
Wow, why Sherlock
We
so
need your
mean?
help.
What?
There is evil afoot. Strangeness and savagery like I have never seen. Something otherworldly festering in the dark beyond our reach. We have seen things that defy explanation. Mystic forces, magic. You must help us.
It's true.
The British government does not invest its resources in the insane or intoxicated. Pull yourself together.
I know men like you. Men like you grease palms towns, whisper in ears, start wars, and you send men like me to die.
Wow. Look at this.
You and the rest of your corpulent cronies.
Ha! Corpulent! That was it.
Interesting, Sherlock. That as you again drift away from sanity, you find yourself another John.
Wow.
All right, so the choice is made.
I beg your pardon?
There is only us. We cannot run from this problem. I shall take the book and Davy's cryptic message to Barnes. See what he makes of it.
Sherlock just needs a little bit of cocaine to clear his mind. All right, here we go. Oh, we're in Watson mode. Even better. We're going to save there, and I'm going to call it a night. It's getting a little late here. I don't know if I want to dive into a new chapter, so we'll save this one. I think we'll save it for Sunday night. I think I'm going to jump back into this Sunday night around the usual time, around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient as I struggled a lot through that chapter. I was not at my puzzle solving best, but the important thing is we made it out on the other side. So let's see here. Let's get a raid going. Oh, this is a rare treat. Pushing Up Roses is live on Twitch right now playing Duck Detective. A game I'm very curious about, and a content creator whose work I always enjoy. So let's maybe drop in on Pushing Up Roses and say hello to her. In the meantime, thank y'all again for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I'll be back, as I said, I think on Sunday night with more of this game, and then on Wednesday night, Retro Adventure Wednesday, I'll be playing more of the X-Files game, the full motion video game from 1998. If you haven't been checking out those streams, it is a bizarre game. Be sure to drop in just to experience even a few moments of it. You won't be disappointed. In the meantime, take care, everybody, and I will see you on the other side of the raid.